Welcome back to another episode of the Counterculture Podcast. I'm your host, Christian, along with my great friend and co-host, Taylor. And we're back.
Again. Well,
we were back last week.
Yeah, that's funny.
But it didn't record properly.
It did, but it didn't. Something about when, I don't know, video encoding, things like that. It looked good on our end, and then until you're rewatching it in post about halfway through, and it just goes... Mm-hmm. So we're back again, but for you, it's the first.
Yeah, we're back again. So because of that, right, and different things going on, we have no ideas, or I'll say I have no ideas. Although a lot's going on, like, you know, Ron DeSantis announced he's running for president, and Target is like tanking because they're stupid and they get what they deserve. We're just gonna react to crazy stuff on TikTok, right? Because who doesn't love a good reaction video? So we're just going to go through a compilation of psychos on TikTok and give you our thoughts.
Yep. So I've never seen this. You've never seen this.
No, I have not seen
Scout's Honor.
Scout's Honor.
Is the last time you didn't see it too. I know you watched the first couple. Like
Scout's Honor. Yeah. I have not seen these.
Cool.
I guess I technically saw the first one because there's more than one because I was just looking at it, but I haven't seen the rest
of
it.
The video as a whole, it's new to you.
Yes, that's correct. This is new to me.
There you go.
Right, it's new to me.
Just a little disclaimer out there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're going to do a reaction video, right? Because who doesn't love a good YouTube reaction video, right?
I know I do.
Yeah, me too. So, if you like this, make sure you like, subscribe, share the show with your friends. And, again, if there's something you would like us to react to, you can put it in the comments. So, that's what I say. Oh, God, let's go.
She already looks like a teacher, so I think that's a school. Off to a bad start.
Don't send your kids to public school.
You have to watch out. We've talked about this on the podcast before, but like you've got to really pay attention now, especially like to public school. I mean, it's everywhere, but go to your schools. Like, I don't want to say like dox your kids' teachers, but like definitely figure out who they are and what their values are.
Yeah, I mean, if your kid's teacher is so bold as to just wear that, you should just remove your child from that class. Because, you know, it's one thing just for, like I said, teacher to be gay. They're an adult. That is their prerogative.
True. But
when you're doing that, you're telling me that it's really, what you're saying is it's your entire identity. Right, it's like everything is just about your sexuality.
It's like you eat, sleep, and breathe like
gay.
Your sexuality.
Yeah, and it also tells me that you're probably talking about it nowadays. You're probably talking about it to your students, who by the looks of that class or that school was like elementary, and they have no business talking to kids about that. So,
I mean, yeah.
Get your kids out of public school. That's all I have to say about that. Oh, boy.
Diaz! I am calling you out, you little bitch! Hang on.
What in the hell?
What am I looking at?
What is on? Is that his body?
Hey, it's your
That's bold of you to assume.
Step over here. All right. Drop the bat. Just drop it.
Is that like a hernia?
Christ almighty. You know what that looks like? Have you ever seen the movie Alien?
It's not a tumor.
You know the movie Alien, right? Where the guy has the thing burst out. It looks like it's seconds from happening. Like, what is that?
Well, he acknowledges it because he's like, oh, I can't sit down. And he like points at it. Okay, you can't sit on the curb when the cops are asking you, but apparently it's not getting in your way of smashing a cop's window.
Yeah, but also that's his car, so I assume you drove there sitting down.
In a sitting position.
What is
It looks painful.
It does. It looks like frightening.
You
Like,
ever seen those videos where like those cows are having like too much like bloat and like gastric acid or whatever? So they get the cow in the stall and they put that hyperbaric needle, that hollow needle. And cows don't really feel it, but they kind of get it warm, sterile, and then they leave it open ended, and it just. And you watch the cow's stomach come down like this.
I've never seen that.
Because for whatever reason they can't pass or they're blocked up. That's that guy. He needs the needle. He needs the, like when you get the, what is it, tracheotomy or whatever, when your windpipes collapse and you like put the straw in there. He needs that for whatever's going on there. Jeez.
Christ
I don't even think this video is over.
No, I don't, sadly.
Up, look at the car. Go to the car. Fine, fine.
Look at that. Whoa.
Would y'all look at it? Just look at it.
Christ almighty.
It's your car. What's going on, man?
Draw a happy face on it and give it a thing a name.
That's what's going on. Hey.
Man.
Oh, we have fucking Jabba the Hutt here.
Wow.
And
that's not even sexist because that's a chick. Technically.
What is a woman?
What is?
I really have no words for that other video. It was just bizarre. But
It's a
honestly,
beach ball on his stomach.
Yeah, but honestly, that's probably just that's your typical day in Seattle.
That's if Tom Hanks went south. And let's be real, in the limelight, he's been kind of going south. But that's if he caught and ate Wilson and it was forever with him. You know.
Wilson.
That's the who Wilson. Great movie, by the way.
It is a
actor
good movie.
As a person.
Tom Hanks is
questionable.
weird. He's very weird.
He drinks that baby blood. I don't know what to say. We're canceled. I said it.
The Illuminati is real. Have you seen that? There was a video, I think last year or the year before, where like he was walking out somewhere with his wife, and like there was a bunch of photographers, and he just looked at him. He's like, "Back up, back the fuck up."
Oh yeah,
freaks out on
He
him.
wasn't having it. Not that day. I mean, paparazzi would get on my nerves after a while, but.
Have you ever seen the Tobey Maguire videos? Of him dealing
He's like in line and he's still like.
Yeah.
Okay. Although what I got to tell you is, I do applaud Daniel Radcliffe for what he did to the paparazzi. They kept following him around. So for like 2 weeks straight, because paparazzi get paid per photo, but it's got to look different, by the day or whatever. It can't look like he's going to the same place all on the same day. It's not good enough because it all happened in one day. So what he was doing, he's wearing the same outfit for 2 weeks straight anytime he left his house. So their photos weren't any good, and they got actually mad. And for a while, they kind of stopped. But he wore the same outfit. It was like a black leather jacket, black pants, and like a black and white checkered scarf with one of those, I can't say the term because to me it's inappropriate, but it's the newspaper hats.
You know? Oh, yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
Like a Dickie boy or there's.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyways, yeah, a little trivia for you.
So yeah, but he's all about the gender stuff, so.
Yeah, what is it? What's the terminology for it? Is adrenochrome or whatever?
What?
Adrenochrome.
What's that?
It's what's the life source in the kid's blood or whatever. If you believe in the Illuminati and the rabbit hole that is.
Well,
Planned Parenthood and where do all the that's a whole rabbit hole.
Well,
I'm not saying I believe it all. I'm just saying question everything.
I mean, Jeffrey Epstein was found to have legitimately blackmailed Bill Gates. So I don't know, man. Shit's getting weird. All right, let's see what Jabba the Hutt has to say.
Your man is probably in my fucking DMs, and I could have had him as a body literally last.
That was a quick one.
Yeah, it was quick. I didn't have time to process that. I was so taken aback. I was trying to come up with something funny. What is a man, but like a direct message, but instead of that, something like food wise for DM.
Yeah.
And I couldn't come up with something fast enough in the video, and it's so.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, I guess applaud for your delusional confidence, right? But Jabba the Hutt there, I mean, no offense, I don't
love
think
the confidence.
Don't think anybody's in your DMs.
Love it.
Nobody's in those DMs. No one's even peeking.
Maybe there are. Some people are into that type of kink
Talking about like fetish,
type
kink?
fetish.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
No thanks.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. You
But if
are,
that's what you
ma'am,
like,
ma'am. You are a 0 out of 10.
I just have to put that out there for my wife. You would never find me in her DM, so you don't have anything to worry about.
Okay, I would not be. You couldn't pay me enough to to slide even into the DMs.
You couldn't pay me. Yeah, you couldn't pay me at all.
There's not an amount of money in the world that can make me sacrifice my dignity.
How could you live with yourself?
I never could. Oh my God.
Is it going or did it loop? Let me see. It was kind of funny at first. I'll give it that. But it was very apparently sexual at the end. You know what I mean? At first it seemed like just dancing, and then like, I don't know, the one guy that was like, his legs were open in front of him. It was just all weird. Like, I don't know. Sometimes kids dance, like, even if it's a rap song. Now that one was obviously very, very provocative, but I don't know.
You know,
This is bad.
we deserve everything that we get. This society deserves all the pain it's receiving at this point.
The rapture is coming, people.
I that's all I can say is we deserve every bit of pain and suffering that we are going through for that. Because if we've come to a point where we find that is appropriate, which apparently we have found it appropriate for a child to be dancing provocatively in front of adult. I think every person on that stage was men, right? Being cheered on by a bunch of dumbass adults. We were in a very
Why was the
very
kid
sad
even
place.
there?
Because their whole point is to normalize and force this onto children.
Did you
That's
see anything
why.
like Pride or drag queen related?
Yeah,
to
I
that?
think there was a couple of drag queens up there.
So that's what I was looking for too. To me, it just seemed like
on
a
the
concert,
stage.
but still, I don't know. And this is why aliens don't visit us,
Yep.
because they see that floating out in the interwebs, and
Yeah,
they're just like,
they're like, no thanks.
they're not ready, people.
No thanks.
Have slowly but surely been identifying less and less with she, her, hers, which were my pronouns for years. And for a while, I was like, I guess they, them, theirs, whatever worked for me.
Oh
But
my
I've
God.
realized that we're all so inherently connected that what makes me feel most validated is when
Inherently is right.
I and when others use us and ours and we. Like, I love that for us. Like, instead of I love that for you, like, I love that for us. And things like that. You know what I mean? It makes me feel really
We do.
happy. And as often as I can,
I hate you.
strive to use collective pronouns.
She's not dead.
Oh my God, we're gonna have another one with her.
I thought we were done.
She did have hair in her armpits, right?
That's more than mine. I can show you right now. Like,
That was impressive. That was
for real, I'm
impressive.
about to like air out that dirty laundry. That almost looked fake. It's like Sasquatch armpit.
you know,
And
here-
honestly, if that's your thing, would stock it up. But you mix that with the mental illness that is the we us part. Yeah, that's us.
I love that for us. There is no us. There is me, and there is you. Although technically, yes, does that make anyway?
You can't make sense of it. Don't even
Oh
try.
my God! It's so dumb. It is so dumb. And one thing again, the one thing that just is crazy to me is again like the seeking validation, right? The constant seeking of validation, right? You are so narcissistic, right, as to figure out what makes you feel good and what makes it's so disgusting to me. I can't take it.
It's like we don't care.
Yes, that is the we. Yeah, good. We do not care.
Us don't.
Us.
Who does? No one. No he, no her, no one. Like,
This is a Dr.
forget
Seuss
this.
novel all of a sudden.
pretty much. I forget the comedian that was like, I watched recently, but it didn't have anything to do with this, but they were just talking about like, stop posting shit. For 15 seconds, might have been Bo Burnham, Inside Out. I think I watched it for the third, fourth time. Great pick. That dude was locked up for like 2 years
Anything
for COVID,
and
and he just gave us
all
a
the
masterpiece.
time.
Everything and everything all the time. A little bit of it. Anyways, I think he was talking about in that. He's like, can you just shut the fuck up for like 5 minutes? Just like, but that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the problem with everybody. Everybody needs that validation. Everybody's got to like come out online and come out with some opinion. Like this girl could have went on her days. Those her pronouns? Cool. Try them at Starbucks. It may work. Try them anywhere else. I don't know, but at least you're doing you, and nobody else needs to know about it. But to put it out there, like nobody cares.
It's so stupid.
It's like if I put out online, it's like, oh, my kid lost his 4th tooth today. Like, maybe my grandmother likes it, but nobody else really is going to care.
Yes.
Way to go. Your kid lost what? Number 4? It's not even important anymore. Maybe 1 I would have given you a like. But like, that's how everybody else feels about this, you know?
Yes. We have to suffer through another TikTok though. So
I don't even think this one's done.
When referring to one person, if you didn't feel comfortable
It's still her.
That's
Back
what
to
I'm saying.
back, but a different shirt.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going to another TikTok with the same girl.
calling them we or us, because whatever you were saying specifically did not include you, you would likely use they, them, unless you had some other pronoun that you felt called to use. I personally utilize she, they, we, us. I feel very validated.
She's tongue-tied. My brain's doing cartwheels.
Her logic is just impeccable, and it really is a shame because she's actually a fairly attractive looking woman, but she's so psychotic that she's probably like, you know, those stories about like the women that like kill their husbands by like poisoning them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like she's definitely in that range. Actually, she probably just
would.
She. They would grab a butcher knife and stab you right in the chest. This is what they would do.
Like, funny. It's just funny that she got all tripped up. At first, she was like, she like sang them all, and then she's like, I personally identify by she, her, they, them. It's like, you can't have both.
Yeah, it just...
You can't. The moment we think we can, maybe some people can humor you, you flip it up. And then you're going to blame us when we don't use it right.
I just can't with these people.
When utilizing collective pronouns, but I also recognize that they won't work for everyone because not everyone is on that collective level of consciousness yet. So in the time being, whatever pronouns call to you to use with me specifically, I accept all of them, whatever, pretty much. At this point,
She said me.
Well, she said
she can't
she'll take
say
any...
me.
Well, she said you can
That would
use
be we.
any pronoun.
We, us.
Well, no, she said you can use any pronoun in referring to me. So therefore, nothing matters. If you're like, well, you can say whatever you want, then why does it matter? Why say anything? It just makes
What's that quote? It's like it works 10% of the time, all the time.
I mean, from Anchorman, right? The cologne, 60% of the time it works every time.
Yeah,
I love that
that's
scene.
what it is.
That doesn't make any sense.
That was Paul Rudd's character.
Yeah,
yeah.
so good.
What is it, like Panther Musk?
Yeah,
And like all the different.
Oh, what is it called? Yeah, it's something Panther. Yeah, maybe Black Panther.
just want
She's still.
myself and others to feel respected.
Hi, my name is Mark, and I use he, him pronouns.
I hate you, Mark.
You've probably noticed that more and more people are stating their preferred pronouns when they introduce themselves in social conversations, in classrooms, in the workplace.
This guy
in
probably
email
pees sitting
signatures,
down.
and on social media. The reason is simple. There is a range of gender identities beyond male and female. In English, many use he, him, or she, her pronouns.
He probably pees
but a
backwards
growing
'cause he
number of
tucks.
people are using different pronouns like they, them, ze, them, ze, here, her, hers, and am. These are called gender-neutral pronouns.
Those are just letters.
Don't specify
They
the
mean
gender
nothing.
as the subject of the sentence, and they
That's
exist
why they're
because
the
you can't
alphabet
assume
people.
someone's gender just by looking at them. Words matter, and they are powerful tools to convey meaning and connect more deeply with one another. Making incorrect assumptions about someone's gender, that's a microaggression that could be hurtful for individuals who identify with certain communities, such as transgender or queer communities. So, what's the best way to be sure you're using the right pronouns? Just ask. Asking for and using someone's preferred pronouns show respect and help create an inclusive environment.
Inclusivo.
You know what's funny about that? Just real quick, because all the subtitles were in Spanish, and I just find that very funny because anybody in a Hispanic country, right? They're going to hear that and be like, "That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It makes no sense."
Same with the Latinx thing.
Yes,
It did not work out for them. There was a small
Because it's
minority
ridiculous.
here that was pushing for it, but when asked,
yes, white liberal women. That's who was pushing for it. White liberal women, as per usual, ruin everything. Oh God.
I was going to say I apologize on behalf of all white women, but what is a woman?
I don't know. Oh my God. All these people should go to jail.
100%. I feel dirty just watching this. It's like we get it. This clip's long.
The LG.
I just, again, you know, the idea of bringing children into these over-sexualized situations is just so malevolent and just disgusting to me because they have no idea what they are doing in reality. And again, if you think it's appropriate for a kid to be doing that, you're a groomer, right? You know, I mean, there's a reason why that is so appropriate and why it makes people so angry on the left is because it's truthful, right? Because here's the thing: drag has been something that's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's ever been necessarily a good thing, right? But it's been around, right? Men dressing up like women is something that is not new, right? But the idea of inviting children, right, to participate in this is just, it's vile.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So we just got another Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick.
Mm-hmm.
Put it upstairs where the kids watch. And I will say one thing about Roku. It's very simple.
Yes.
You can kind of, I will say Roku doesn't really have a whole lot of privacy settings or like parental controls, but you can like delete the apps and just kind of leave a few there. But if they want to search, they can search and re-download, which becomes a problem when your kid's going on 7 and can spell now and read. So it's just
Take them out of
push
school.
of a button.
Take them out of school. No more
Right.
reading.
You're done. You've tested us. You're done. No, but like he can go and search for it and just download it back, you know? So it worked when they were 4 or 5, whatever. We can kind of control the content that way, just Netflix and Disney or whatever. And then the Netflix parent app or parent profile you can lock through the Netflix app. But as a whole, you couldn't with Roku. Amazon Fire Stick, you can. It's very, very good between purchases and adult content and everything like that. The problem is they can click on my app, my profile, and open it, but then they can't play anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Necessarily. But the same apps that they want to watch on mine are on theirs. but you know, there's a little combo on the remote and everything. It's very nice. But the problem is if you click on the parent profile, for the last 2 weeks, the main head banner on the Amazon Fire Stick's like homepage is RuPaul.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all at the top. I don't want my kids seeing that. I don't want them asking questions. My kids are curious as it is. Like they've been like, "Hey, mom, is that a man?" And like, why am I having to have that conversation with them at 6?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, you made a good point. That's been going on for hundreds of years, you know, go through the 70s, 80s. I mean, there was whole cultures doing that, you know, like Montrose, like New York, like LA, like there's places you can go where you can view or be a part of that type of content or those circles, but kids were never involved. Like you could keep your kid away from it now because of the internet, through TV, smart TV, everything else. It's there, but not only that, it's being advertised.
Right. And pushed upon children. I mean, oh God, I just want to die sometimes. My soul's dead. And more to the point of pushing on children.
LGBTQ plus board I made at our school. It's not perfect, but it's a start to having more inclusivity for all people occupying this space.
I would immediately, some people would think this is brash. If I walked into the hallway and I saw that in my child, I would immediately start ripping it off the wall. I would immediately start ripping it off.
I would take photos and then I would immediately go to the principal's office.
I am much more brash than the average person, right? So
I would be recording me walking into the principal's office. See what they had to say. Are they going to condone and support that type of behavior from a teacher, from an educator teaching
multiple
youth?
teachers? It looked like by that a bunch of them had their pronouns also. They're bullshit.
Dude, like, okay, I know it's probably going to get graphic for a second, but that's all about sexual orientation. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Who you like to have sex with, how you identify, your gender, everything. That's being pushed onto kids. So they haven't even gone through puberty yet. Like, let them figure it out.
Yeah.
That'd be like me having a board if I was an educator on just being, was it cis? Is that straight now? Being cis?
Apparently.
Whatever. And just talking about, you know, like how it's done and, you know, like giving people gold stars for who's straight. Like, that wouldn't fly. If you had like a straight only section at Target, you know, you think that would be
bigot,
straight and proud? Like, you think that shirt's going to go well? Nobody's going into Target ripping these like shirts and everything off.
We should have a shirt that says straight pride.
I'll make one. I'll do it.
You should.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Anyways.
Bro, what the fuck?
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
You should have said the WTF for this. You only get one F-bomb until it's rated R.
I think that's the dumbest rule ever. I think PG-13 should be allowed more.
I think they've laxed up now. But was it the Motion Picture Association or whatever?
Yeah, because it shouldn't be it shouldn't be the amount of F-bombs. It should be the amount of like other content. Anyway, that's a whole other thing.
How much skin do they show?
But I think, you know, yes. So the reason why I said that is because that kind of stuff scares me, right? The more we disengage from reality and escape into the virtual world, especially with AI and all these other things coming down the pike.
Yeah.
It's quite disturbing. Like people should see that and be like, yikes, we're in a bad place. Because what that tells me is that guy's life is so boring, so like monotonous, so in his view terrible, that he likes to spend his break during lunch eating while, you know, escaping to whatever it is that he's watching. Yeah. Which could be any number of things.
He's probably in one of those VR rooms where they're playing billiards or something else, or who knows what.
Who knows? Not good. But now we have the twerking grandmas here, so.
Pay me like one of your French girls.
Oh my God. This is why boomers should not have social media.
Totally, yeah.
Like there should be like you know how like there's
warning, the content you were about to view.
like it should have an age limit, right? Just like we should have age limits for
office.
For office, we should have age limits for social media. Like if you're above the age of 40, you should be banned from all social media.
Hey, speaking of, I just heard that, I don't know if it's true. I didn't actually look at it myself, but apparently Montana banned TikTok.
I did see that. I don't know.
All the more reason to go. I could learn to live without it.
Yeah, I lived without it for 29 years, or 28 years. So I mean, I could live without it.
Honestly, if it gets banned, there'll just be a new app where everybody congregates for content.
Yeah, well, I mean, Instagram has kind of like tried to get the reels, kind of similar to TikTok. So that sort of technology,
it'll take off if TikTok ever goes.
Yeah, if TikTok goes away, you'll have Instagram just pick up. So it's not going anywhere. So let's see what this.
Technically, a gender affirming piercing can be any piercing that you get that affirms your gender. Think of, earlobe piercings for women. But when a lot of people say this term, they're referring specifically to piercings that help with bottom dysphoria for trans people. The specific piercings that I got are inner labes. A lot of trans masculine people will get these piercings and get them done at a large gauge and wear big heavy jewelry in it, and it can emulate balls. And when you're wearing this type of jewelry and these piercings, it can affect the way that you have to sit and stand and walk in a way that makes your body language appear more masculine. A lot of people also just find it really affirming to have that physical weight there. If you want to hear more about what my experience getting these piercings was like and what they're like so far for me, go to the next video.
Listen.
You know what makes me think? Have you ever seen
those truck balls?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like the steel balls hanging from a truck hitch.
They have those truck nuts, and they're plastic to look like, there's usually one that hangs lower, all natural. And then you get the ones who are trying to be more subtle. It's just a chain with two large actual like bolts, like nuts and bolts,
I just... What the hell is wrong with people? Like, what is going on?
They're so lost.
I there's so many things. I just like there's like all those words. It just like blah, blah, like it's just meaningless.
Soup. It doesn't make sense.
What I want to know is how many of these people are getting piercings to make a makeshift set of balls, which honestly are heavier than real balls. I can tell you that much, right? If they're metal balls, I mean they're
debatable. Some of us are more well endowed, Christian.
I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. That would give me a lot of trouble. Just go to the next video.
$100 from 1913 would barely get you a cup of coffee today. So you're losing money if it's just sitting in the bank, and the cost of living is only rising. The key is to invest your money so it can grow with the economy. But stocks are risky. Sometimes, but ETFs like these are low risk because they spread your money across several reputable companies.
I'm not sure what
I just watched.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, I'm not sure, in this I'm not sure what that was about. I mean, I don't disagree with what she said. You should invest your money, yes, because inflation is destroying the dollar. Next, I don't know.
Hello.
Hi.
You got a nice dog?
Sorry?
You got a nice dog?
She's lovely. She's family dog. Don't run away.
Being gang, whole lot of gangs. We outside. We outside. We outside.
What the?
We're all gonna fucking dog. We outside every single time.
Did that guy just steal someone's dog?
Maybe one of us should watch these videos first, because if we both blind react, it's like, did we just watch a crime?
I believe we just watched a crime committed of
But the dude recorded himself.
Yeah, he recorded himself.
He incriminated himself.
He must be in jail now. He should be. Don't steal people's dogs.
Where were they? In France? I don't know.
I don't know. He had a weird accent.
You're just banned from croissants for 1 week. I don't know.
I don't think they have jails in France.
Last video in the series for now will be about making an inclusive classroom. Some things that you can do start by replacing gendered language and documentation, like any of these terms, with more neutral language. It can be things like, instead of referring to class as ladies and gentlemen or boys and girls, Things like class, folks, or friends, those are all good alternatives. Including
Incorrect, they're
your
not
pronouns in
friends.
your email signature, like this, is a really great way to show students when they email you that you are accepting of the pronouns that they use and that you're willing to work to try and use the proper ones. Another great thing that you can do when asking for pronouns at the beginning of the year is ask whether or not you can use those pronouns with parents. Some students are out at school but not at home due to safety reasons, so making sure that you ask whether or not you can use those pronouns at home, and if not, which pronouns to use instead, can ensure that a student's safety is not compromised.
So keep secrets from parents.
Lastly,
That's always smart.
It's okay to make mistakes. It's a natural thing to mess up. However, when you do mess up, don't draw too much attention to the mistake. Simply correct it and move on. Because drawing way too much attention to it can create a really uncomfortable situation and accidentally out students to people who might not have noticed the mistake in the first place.
It's always these teachers, like to what you're saying, like the idea of saying it's okay to say this round, like
don't draw attention to your mistakes. Like, how about it shouldn't be a big deal that I messed up in the first place because it's so hard to like keep everything straight.
Well,
it's hard enough to learn. It's hard enough to learn all of like your students' names. Just your students' names. I would imagine you recycle all these students every year, every school year. And how many periods do you teach every day?
At least, yeah, I guess.
At least in the district I went, every classroom is 25, maybe.
Yeah,
give or take. So you have what, maybe 5 teaching periods. 5 times 25. We're looking at 125 kids. If you could remember all their names by the end of the school year, good luck remembering their pronouns.
Again, the biggest thing though still is the idea of hiding things from a kid's parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of hubris these teachers have and thinking that they have some sort of authority, or it's their rightful place to be able to keep something from people's parents, kids' parents, is just it is so bizarre to me, and which is why I'm very thrilled that next year when Eli goes into kindergarten that he will not be in public school. I am overjoyed because the more I see, it's just. It's so disheartening to see what's happening, and I mean, luckily the districts around here aren't as bad as many others around the country that are much worse.
For sure.
But still, it's still an infection that is seeping in. It's a cancer that's spreading everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you may think you're in a red state, you may think you're in a really red area, and that may be true to a certain extent. But those people are still in your schools. They're still going after, focusing on your children.
Simply correct and move on, and if you feel the need, you can apologize later in private.
The only thing I want to say about that is the person who makes a big deal typically is the person who's got offended, not the person who messes up.
Mm-hmm.
However, bringing too much attention to it, as I said, can cause more issues than it
Yeah,
helps.
yeah, you said that. You keep talking in circles.
That's really it. Those few things can change
And that's all I've got.
entire experience during your class and school in general.
Okay, so Mother's Day is tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Don't make it angry. You won't like it when it's angry.
Dude,
and this is the second day that's rolled around. There's 2 different days in the year that I question. There's Mother's Day and there's Father's Day. As a trans person, as a trans woman, which one do I...
Come on, man.
This has got to be the least amount of effort to transition that I've ever seen.
Come on, man. Like,
dude
come
went to
on.
Party City and just got a can of spray. There's no...
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm not laughing at this sick individual, but...
I am. This is fucking stupid, man. Come on. Really? Like...
At least the other one's like... They try. They get work done. They put makeup on, little lipstick. At least splash some
work
glitter.
or not. What a stupid thing to say. Like we are in such a stupid place.
If I saw him, I would be like, "What's up, dude?" Like,
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it is, ma'am." Like,
yeah, I, mean,
I would know. Like, I'm sorry.
That's probably the same person from that GameStop video. It is, ma'am. It's like, Listen, sir, your voice is deeper than mine. Your Adam's apple is like 2 inches like thicker. Like, come on. Like, you're not fooling anybody. Who looks at this man and says, that is a woman? No one that is honest would look at that and say that, because that is crazy. Look at him. Holy shit.
Would you look at it?
Well, I celebrate. Father's Day rolled around. I don't feel like a father. Mother's Day is tomorrow. I feel like a mom, but who celebrates me?
No one.
It's not a situation of pity me or anything. I just genuinely want to know, is there other people out there that you don't know which one you fall under? Are you a mom? Are you a dad? Where's Parents' Day? Why can't we just have a Parents' Day? Like, you're a parent, that's worth celebrating. Why does it have to be?
Here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. I'll say this real quick. Is I know it just like I just completely dogged this dude. This guy is in a lot of pain. This guy is internally suffering a lot. But again, and we talk about it, the indulgence of mental illness is just so. It's so destructive, because this dude's probably going to end up killing himself.
I don't know about that far, but I mean, he's under a lot of stress, a lot of duress, and the way he's talking makes me believe he's got kids, at least one.
Yes, right. And so, I mean, his children must be mortified
rather
by
than
this.
his mental health. Are the kids being groomed? Is that a healthy, safe environment to be like? To grow up in? Like, how is that household dynamic? I mean, you don't want to just start
not healthy
outing people and calling CPS on their kids, but like there is a huge issue going around, and I mean, you see more and more of the headlines every day of like, you know, essay in bathroom from transgender student this, or gay parents found, multiple charges against, adopted children. Like, it's left and right. It's everywhere you look. So when you start seeing these, like, are we taking like a peek behind the curtain before it happens? Is there something we do to prevent it? That's the way I look at this.
Right. Well, and again, it's the indulgence of mental illness. Instead of treating it to try to help these people, we just allow them to indulge in it and give into it. And this is what we get. And this guy, because
once you dehumanize yourself, your morality tends to go with it.
Yeah.
If you are this far gone and you have dehumanized yourself, and I would say you have, because to be human is what is natural, and you're trying to alter what is natural. You're trying to alter what is you. If you're a little bit more feminine or you're a tomboy, cool, fine. But we're talking about like going to the extreme. You don't even know what day to celebrate. I mean, at least pick one. But you're so confused that mentally you could snap. I mean, there could be something you could do to your kids. Like, we don't know. Obviously, you're hurting. Obviously, you're very confused. But the fact that you even feel safe enough to put this could, looking back, be, incriminating evidence, out on the world for everybody to see. Like, are you just looking for, like, a pity party in the comment section? Like, that's the only thing you're going to get. Yes. That, or you're going to get a lot more hate, because people are going to not agree with you. And I would say the comment section is always full of that. Where people who are going to be making fun of you. You're green. I mean, we laughed at the beginning of this video. It's hard to take this seriously.
This dude probably has his comments turned off on TikTok, right? Because that's what half these
doubt
people.
It.
That's what half these people do. They just turn the comments off.
Obviously, you want the recognition, but if the comments are off, then you're not going to get it. Just likes? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense.
It actually bothers me a lot, and I didn't think about that till today, and I don't know.
It bothers me a lot, John B.
Oh my God.
She got stuck between the trees.
That girl thick.
Oh my God, it might be stuck. For real. For real. For real, I'm stuck here. What do I do?
Well, how'd you get in there in the first place?
Oh, not this guy.
Oh, shit. And the only thing I had to say to the other one, don't be fat. Don't do it to yourself. Okay? Just don't be fat. Okay? Get your life together. Okay? I'm not just here. I'm not fat shaming. No. Get your life together. Okay? lose weight, work out, you'll feel better, okay, in every way.
Live longer.
That as well.
Apple Books chose my book, Best Books of May, and here, that's me. You click it, and then you scroll down, and you see this review from Apple Books. You can pause to read the whole thing.
Oh, no.
I want to die.
This makes me cry. Thank you for your support. It's all because of you.
This is what this dude. That dude is a
Creep.
groomer. That dude is such a groomer. He's
bad.
so disturbing. Yeah, Jeffrey Marsh is one of the. Jeffrey Marsh is worse than Dylan Mulvaney. Like, because Dylan Mulvaney is, I think, just a theatrical act that this dude took advantage of to make a lot of money, and now he's so wrapped up in it, he's gonna do whatever he can to keep the
Keep it going.
Keep it going. Jeffrey Marsh is a groomer. That dude, that Jeffrey Marsh is an evil person. Jeffrey Marsh is a bad person. I will stand by that, absolutely.
To the news lately, and my life is going really great, but unfortunately there's a lot of people, trans youth, who are really suffering right now and need our support. Like, this bill in Mississippi is absolutely appalling to me. The fact that the government is overstepping its bounds, like, the government does not have any right to legislate your gender identity. So if you're trans youth, if you're a trans adult, don't detransition.
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Be
It's like
as
Carrot
out there
Top.
and as bold as you possibly can be without necessarily jeopardizing your own safety. I'm not saying you should be safe, but like, we need to stand up and tell the government what for, because this is absolute bullshit. Don't detransition. If you're a medical provider, do everything you can to not obey the laws. These are unjust laws. They have no right to be existing, and the moral thing to do is to break them in whatever way possible. Like, there's parts of me that want to do things that I can't say on here to people that are doing this to people, and it really makes me so sad. And this the only thing that I hate in life is imposing suffering onto other people who don't deserve it, because I know what that fucking feels like. So I'm sorry for the late night rambling, ranting video, and I know I try to make a lot of positive, uplifting content on here, but like, it does have to be addressed. And I tagged content creators in here. Go sign the petition in Josh's bio. Go follow them too for gay news. And stand up. Do whatever it takes. March in the streets. I'm going to be going on a countrywide tour, and I'm going to be wearing the trans flag as a cape, and I'm taking pictures in front of every Capitol building. In fact, I'm going to get me a couple, just so that I can protect myself, because I am not going anywhere. Like, I will fucking die on this hill, literally. I will give my life for the trans community. We're never going away. You will not win.
Nobody will remember.
See, you know what's funny is if you were someone on the right who were saying, like, you did the same thing about pro-life matters, anything that was at all right wing, okay, the moment you uploaded the video on TikTok, you would have yes, Fed boys would be kicking down your door and arresting you as a right-wing extremist. This dude is saying, he's telling you, right? First off, he's basically said he was wanting to do violent things to people that disagree with him. He knows he can't say that because it will get banned, right? Off the platform. But he also knows it will be used, right, for, well, like this, right, where people that disagree say, hey, yeah, again, it is astonishing to me, right? It is, but again, if he wants to carry, he has every right to.
Yeah,
he's a citizen. He should protect himself, right? And I even would say, anyone that would want to violently hurt him,
yeah,
right? That's wrong. You should not do that, and he should have the right to defend himself from that. However, he is clearly willing to say he's willing when you're.
I forget the word is what the term is, but it's like, it's almost like when you go looking for trouble. Even if it's in self-defense, there's some kind of like legal term where it's like, if you're going looking for trouble and then still have to defend yourself, it's like you went looking for that.
Right, you went to find the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what the exact terminology is.
It's like if I went to
searching
like,
for it.
Like, there was examples of like where like vigilantes wanted to go and like try to seek justice, so they would like go to like a crime-stricken area or something like that, knowing like, oh, if they try to steal my wallet, you know, in this dark alley, well, then they're going to get popped. You know, it's like, you start to have to ask those questions. Well, sir, why were you here in the middle of the night? What, you know, I was just walking around. Like, they know what you're up to. At that point, like, you could have prevented a crime by not even being in that place. You know, it doesn't justify the killing. So to me, that's a lot like this. Like, you're going there trying to make an example, trying to protest against something that is obviously a hot topic for you and for the country right now. And you're carrying at the same time, whether legal or not. It's like you're almost welcoming that trouble and you're prepared to deal with it too, rather than almost like try to de-escalate it. You know, Martin Luther King Jr.
You're searching for the conflict versus trying to de-escalate.
He knew he was going to stir up the pot by doing everything he did with the marches and everything else. Does that mean that he went strapped everywhere saying, all right, well, try me, you know, this is important. I'm gonna go to every Capitol building and stand up for, you know, for sit-ins and marches and everything else? Do you think they would have cared if he was strapped and had to use it in self-defense? They still would have read him the right, you know? It doesn't help your cause. It's just, I don't know. To me, you're looking for trouble.
Yeah.
We're unstoppable. They're scared. They're running. They're trying to legislate us out of existence because they know that they're losing this fight. I love you. Stay strong. Certainly don't take yourself out. That's what they want. We will get through this together.
I got nothing else to add.
Yeah.
You good?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Housing and jobs in a rural red state as a trans person is an interesting thing.
Just go work at Sonic, dude.
Damn. It's rough out here. Why it be like this?
I mean, you just got to apply for a job. Even if you look like a psycho, a lot of places will still hire you.
If you look like a psycho and you weren't trans, still may be hard to get hired. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
the multicolored hair, the piercings, the looking like you haven't bathed in a week. Those probably things aren't helping you either.
That's a good point.
I did it. I had my surgery. I'm a little groggy right now. I can barely hold up the phone. I just want to thank you for all your wonderful, wonderful words of encouragement. God bless you. I'll be talking to you later when I'm more presentable. I'm a girl.
So you chopped off your dick. Great.
Flate like a hot dog and turn it inside out or whatever.
We're just destroying people left and right. My God. It's so sad. Oh, yeah. Bass. Yeah. Screw these protesters. Boom. Look at that. Go pick up your phone. Get out of here. Yes. Get them out of here.
I will say, like, London don't play in a lot of that.
A lot of European countries don't. The average person's like, dude, I'm just trying to go to work. Get out of the way.
Like, for real. Like, they don't play like that game.
Yeah.
Protests go they're a lot friendlier here in the States.
Well, you have the right to protest in the United States. You do. And you should exercise that right.
You've seen some of those videos. I think it was during like COVID where people were trying to like protest and block like interstates. And sometimes 18-wheelers wouldn't stop or couldn't stop, you know? And they're like, we're going to hold this human chain for as long as...
It's like, good luck.
And then some people were like pretty much getting run over. It's like, what'd you think was going to happen?
You're on a highway.
That's jaywalking.
That's jaywalking.
You have the right to protest. Yeah. But you also have the right to get run over. If you're impeding traffic, I don't know. Protest at a friendly park.
Or just go find a job. How about that? Be a functioning member of society.
If it was that easy.
But it is that easy, right? Because
not for the trans guy in that rural area in a red state.
To be honest, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Probably everybody in that area is having a hard time finding a job because it's a rural area.
Yeah, fair enough.
He threw his phone again.
Real heroes don't wear capes.
That's right.
stupid wankers.
Yeah. Bloody wanker. Get out the fucking way.
That bus should just keep going. Hold it steady, 8 miles an hour, 5, 6, but don't stop.
Yeah.
At that point, you're going to nudge people out of the way. Oh, that car.
There we go. He's like, yeah.
Yes.
Get out of here. Get the fuck out of the way.
We're the Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, we're the fucking Peaky Blinders.
Great show, by the way.
Yes, it is.
It wrapped up, but they're going to do one movie. Is this the end?
I don't know.
Pretty sure it is. Got to give credit. I think this is Libs of TikTok, yeah? As you can see.
Hey, I just...
Great content as always. Good compilation. If we had people working in the back office, we'd have our own compilations, but...
Soon enough.
One day.
Partially, we need someone that can sit through all the terrible woke TikToks, and I just can't. So, but...
That was funny, though.
That was...
Got a few good laughs out of that.
Oh, my God. I just
you know, these days we need as many laughs as we can get.
You have to laugh or you're going to cry.
You got to admit, though, some of those were longer than they needed to be.
Yes. Yes, they were.
A little, like, black or Hispanic boy at the drag show. That was, like, 3 minutes too long. I needed, like 10 seconds of that to get the gist. That was a lot. Well,
God help us all.
Thanks for tuning in.
On that note, yeah, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Counterculture Podcast. If you like this video, hit the notification bell, like, subscribe. We're only a few subscribers away from 100 subscribers. Not a lot, but it's a few.
You could be lucky number 100.
You could be. You could be. And I mean, here's the thing, right? You have to get to 100 before you can get to 100,000. Right? So
math.
Oh man. So just make sure you do that. You can also find us on Instagram at the Counterculture Cast. And if you prefer the audio version, again, well, I mean for audio, it still works for these two. If you prefer the audio version, you can find us on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Let them know that you love us or that you hate us. I don't know. It makes no difference to me. You can also, again, make sure you leave a comment on here. And we'll see you next week. We got something good next week. There's a documentary I want to talk about. I sent it to you. I think it's what we're going to talk about next week. Right? And it has to do with having babies, which may not surprise you knowing us.
I guess I have a documentary to watch.
Well, maybe this will actually get you to watch it.
There you go.
We'll see you next week.
Later.